One of the ways that the IRS can access your online accounts is by using password recovery methods. Password recovery methods are the options that you can use to reset your password if you forget it or lose access to your account. For example, you may be asked to answer some security questions, enter a verification code sent to your email or phone, or provide some personal information. However, password recovery methods can also be exploited by hackers or unauthorized parties who want to access your online accounts without your permission. They may use various techniques to obtain or guess your password recovery information, such as phishing, social engineering, brute force attacks, or data breaches. If they succeed, they can reset your password and gain access to your online accounts. The IRS may use password recovery methods to access your online accounts for various reasons, such as verifying your identity, investigating tax fraud, collecting unpaid taxes, or enforcing tax laws. The IRS may also use password recovery methods to access your online accounts if you have an identity protection PIN, IP PIN, that you use to file your tax returns electronically. An IP PIN is a 6-digit number that the IRS assigns to eligible taxpayers who are victims of identity theft or who opt in to the program. The IP PIN helps prevent someone else from filing a fraudulent tax return using your social security number. If you have an IP PIN, you need to provide it every time you file your tax return electronically or on paper. However, if you forget or lose your IP PIN, you can retrieve it online by using the IRS's Get an IP PIN tool. To use this tool, you need to have an account with the IRS e-Services portal and provide some personal information and financial data from a recent tax return. You also need to verify your identity by answering some security questions or entering a verification code sent to your email or phone. However, this also means that the IRS can use the same password recovery methods to access your online accounts if they have your personal information and financial data. For example, if the IRS knows your email address and phone number, they can request a verification code from your online account provider and use it to reset your password. Or if the IRS knows some of your security questions and answers, they can use them to bypass the password protection of your online account. Therefore, it is important to protect your password recovery information and use strong and unique passwords for each of your online accounts. You should also enable two-factor authentication, 2FA, or multi-factor authentication, MFA, whenever possible. 2FA or MFA adds an extra layer of security by requiring you to enter another factor besides your password, such as a fingerprint, a face scan, a physical token, or an app-generated code. This way, even if someone knows or resets your password, they still need another factor to access your online account. In summary, the IRS can access your online accounts using password recovery methods by exploiting the same options that you can use to reset your password if you forget it or lose access to your account. The IRS may do this for various reasons related to tax administration or identity verification. To prevent this from happening, you should protect your password recovery information and use strong and unique passwords and 2FA or MFA for each of your online accounts. The IRS can obtain a lot of information from your online activity and they might be interested in it for various reasons. Here are some examples of what kind of information the IRS can track and why. Your online account. The IRS offers an online account service where you can access your tax records, payments, notices and more. If you sign up for this service, the IRS can track your account activity and verify your identity. This can help them prevent fraud, resolve issues and communicate with you more efficiently. Your refund status. The IRS also provides a tool called Where's My Refund?, where you can check the status of your tax refund online or through the IRS To Go app. The IRS can track when you use this tool and how often you check your refund status. This can help them monitor the processing of your refund and detect any errors or delays. Your payment methods. The IRS allows you to make payments online through various methods, such as direct pay, debit/credit card, electronic funds withdrawal or online payment agreement. The IRS can track the details of your payments, such as the amount, date, frequency, and bank account information. This can help them verify your compliance, collect your taxes and enforce penalties or interest if applicable. Your Tax Pro authorizations. The IRS also enables you to authorize a tax professional to access your online account or represent you before the IRS. The IRS can track the requests and approvals of these authorizations, as well as the actions taken by your tax professional on your behalf. This can help them protect your privacy, ensure proper representation and prevent unauthorized access. The IRS might be interested in tracking your online activity for various reasons, such as, to verify your identity and prevent identity theft or fraud. The IRS uses various security measures to authenticate your identity when you access their online services, such as asking for personal information, sending verification codes or requiring photo identification. The IRS also issues identity protection pins, IP pins, to eligible taxpayers who are at risk of identity theft. The IRS can track how you use these security features and whether they are effective in protecting your account. To ensure compliance and accuracy of your tax obligations, the IRS can use your online activity to check whether you have filed your tax returns correctly, paid your taxes on time, reported all your income and claimed all your deductions and credits. The IRS can also use your online activity to identify any discrepancies or errors in your tax records and notify you of any adjustments or corrections. To communicate with you and provide assistance, the IRS can use your online activity to send you notices, letters, emails or alerts regarding your tax situation. The IRS can also use your online activity to provide you with information, guidance or resources that might be helpful for you. For example, the IRS can inform you of the economic impact payments or the advanced child tax credit payments that you might be eligible for. To monitor trends and improve services, the IRS can use your online activity to analyze how taxpayers use their online tools and services, what kind of issues they encounter and what kind of feedback they provide. The IRS can also use your online activity to evaluate the performance, efficiency and quality of their online systems and processes. This can help them identify areas for improvement, enhance user experience and increase customer satisfaction. As you can see, the IRS can track a lot of information from your online activity and they might be interested in it for various reasons. However, this does not mean that the IRS is spying on you or violating your privacy. The IRS is bound by laws and regulations that limit how they can use and share your information. The IRS also has policies and procedures that protect your information from unauthorized access or disclosure. Therefore, you should not be afraid or paranoid about using the IRS online services, but rather be aware and informed of how they work and what they entail. How to protect your privacy and security online and avoid giving the IRS access to your personal data. The Internet is a wonderful tool that allows us to access information, communicate with others, and enjoy various forms of entertainment. However, it also comes with some risks to our privacy and security. Every time we go online, we leave traces of our activities that can be collected, shared, and sold by various entities, including the IRS. The IRS can use our online data to track our income, spending, assets, and liabilities, and to identify potential tax evasion or fraud. So how can we protect our privacy and security online and avoid giving the IRS access to our personal data? Here are some tips that you can follow. Use strong, unique passwords and two-factor authentication for your online accounts. This will prevent unauthorized access to your email, social media, banking, and other accounts that may contain sensitive information. You can use a password manager to generate and store your password securely. Two-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security by requiring a code or a device confirmation before you can log in. Tighten your privacy settings for your online accounts. You can adjust the settings on your accounts to limit who can see your posts, photos, location, contacts, and other personal details. You can also opt out of sharing your data with third-party apps or websites that you don't trust. Purge unused mobile apps and browser extensions. Many apps and extensions can access your data, such as your camera, microphone, contacts, location, browsing history, and more. Some of them may be malicious or compromised by hackers. You should delete any apps or extensions that you don't use or need anymore. Block search engines from tracking you. Search engines like Google can record your search queries, IP address, device information, and more. They can use this data to create a profile of you and show you targeted ads. You can use a private browser or a search engine that doesn't track you, such as DuckDuckGo or Tor. Browse online with a secure VPN. A VPN, virtual private network, encrypts your internet traffic and hides your IP address from prying eyes. This way, you can prevent anyone from snooping on your online activities, including your ISP, internet service provider, hackers, or the government. A VPN can also help you access geo-restricted content or bypass censorship. Don't ignore software updates. Software updates often contain security patches that fix vulnerabilities or bugs that could be exploited by hackers. You should always keep your operating system, browser, apps, and antivirus software up to date to protect your devices from malware or ransomware attacks. Disable ad and data tracking. Many websites and apps use cookies or other technologies to track your online behavior and preferences. They can use this data to show you personalized ads or sell it to third parties. You can disable ad and data tracking by changing your browser settings or using an ad blocker or a privacy extension. Be careful what you post on social media. Social media platforms are great for staying in touch with friends and family, but they can also expose a lot of information about you to strangers or potential adversaries. You should avoid posting anything that could reveal your income, assets, liabilities, tax status, or financial transactions. You should also avoid clicking on suspicious links or messages that could be phishing attempts. By following these tips, you can protect your privacy and security online and avoid giving the IRS access to your personal data. Remember that the internet is not a private place and that everything you do online can have consequences offline. Be smart and stay safe.